One of the places you must see in Sydney, Australia is the ANZAC Memorial in Hyde Park. This stunning tribute to the Australia and New Zealand soldiers who fought in World War I was one of our favorite places to visit when we were in Sydney.
Heading, where are we and what are we doing?
Now, as we're wont to do, we set out exploring with no real destination in mind, but knowing we'd find something spectacular, and we were not disappointed. We headed to the oldest park in Australia, Sydney's Hyde Park, which was just down the street from our hotel. We were immediately struck by the beauty and lushness of the park. The entirety of Hyde Park is 40 acres, and it contains a number of memorials and art installations throughout the space. We came across both the Hyde Park obelisk, which was placed in 1857 and curiously started as a sewer vent, and Yin In Majemi, or Thou Didst Lest Fall. This thought-provoking art installation by Tony Albert honors Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander men and women who have served their country. From a universal perspective, the standing bullets represent those who survived conflict, and the fallen bullets represent those who lost their life. But there is deeper meaning specifically to the number of bullets that stems from the artist's personal family history. His grandfather, Eddie Albert, fought in World War II and at one point faced a firing squad along with 6 comrades. 3 were shot by the firing squad, but the other 4, including the artist's grandfather, were spared and transferred to a POW camp in Germany. I've linked a very interesting documentary on both the making of this installation as well as the artist's family history. And we continued walking and discovered the ANZAC Memorial. It is a magnificent building that we had no idea existed. This monument commemorates the soldiers of the Australia and New Zealand Army Corps who served in various conflicts, but particularly during World War I, and is a tribute to their courage, sacrifice, and endurance. And honestly, it's one of the most beautiful and moving memorials either of us has ever seen. The ANZAC Memorial's design is a collaboration between architect C. Bruce DeLitt and sculptor Rainer Hoff. Built during the Great Depression, there was a deliberate attempt to use as much local labor and materials as possible. While elements of the design are reminiscent of traditional Gothic architecture, it is actually one of the finest examples of Art Deco architecture in Australia. It was officially opened on November 24, 1934, by Prince Henry, Duke of Gloucester, and has since become a place of reflection and remembrance. The memorial's design is both striking and symbolic. The exterior of the memorial is adorned with 20 powerful sculptures representing the units of the Australian Imperial Force. These are the sentinels of the building, keeping watch while representing the fallen to whom the building is dedicated. Inside, the main domed space is the 2-level Hall of Memory. The atmosphere is one of quiet reflection. The stained glass windows and high dome create a serene environment, inviting visitors to remember and honor those who served. It includes carvings depicting scenes from World War I, showcasing the camaraderie and struggles faced by the soldiers. And on the ceiling, 120,000 gold stars representing the men and women from New South Wales who enlisted in World War I. Now, to one side on the second level, the flame room is a tiny enclave that houses a flame of remembrance, symbolizing the gratitude of the Australian people to those who gave their lives in the service of their country in time of war. Above the enclave is a carving of the rising sun on the wings of time, which, along with the flaming sword of sacrifice, points to the years of World War I, 1914 to 1918. However, it is the Hall of Silence on the ground floor that is the focal point of the memorial. It is dominated by the breathtaking sculpture Sacrifice, which features a slain warrior lying on his shield, held by 3 women, representing his mother, wife, and sister. This powerful imagery captures the grief and loss felt by families during the war. It is visible from the second level through the well of contemplation. In 2009, in time for the memorial's 75th anniversary, the Hall of Service was dedicated. This unique and powerful installation features a ring of plaques on the ground for each major battle fought by the ANZACs filled with soil from that battlefield. Along the perimeter of the room are walls of plaques of different cities, towns, and even neighborhoods in New South Wales representing those who served during World War I, and each plaque includes a container of soil from that area. One docent explained that the walls are located under the ceiling of the room, representing the safety of home. The battleground ring is under an open space in the room, representing the openness of the battlefield and concept of the service members leaving the security of their homes and entering the unknown of war. A recent expansion provided a large museum and education space.
Share with you, I watch quite a few history documentaries. I've never seen this memorial here in Australia, so hopefully you find it as interesting as I do, and I highly recommend you come see it.
As well as 2 exterior water features that were included in the original design. The cascading fountain borders an access point to the memorial, which features a carving of the world with metal bars delineating New South Wales. Additionally, the pool of reflection mirrors the sky and the surrounding trees, adding to the peaceful ambiance of this sacred site. As with the Hall of Service, this represents the soldiers leaving the security of home and going into the unknown of war. It is difficult to put into words how powerful this memorial is and how deeply Jeff and I were moved by its beauty and deep patriotic symbolism. Do yourself a favor and don't miss this incredible memorial. If you thought this was a quality video, check out these other videos on our amazing Australian adventure. And thanks so much for watching. I hope that you have a quality day.